Okay, today I'm gonna put a few things on my Specialized Diverge, my gravel bike, to make it a little bit more capable off-road. I've got a couple trips coming up that involve some technical single track and more kind of just gnarly service roads and things like that. I don't wanna buy a hardtail. I've only got my full suspension and this thing. I wanna make this thing as capable as I can off-road without adding any suspension and without buying a new bike. So we're gonna throw some wider bars on it and a dropper post and see how that feels. Hopefully that'll allow me to get a little more control and also get the weight lower so descents don't feel as sketchy. Okay, let's do it. For the update, we've got everything we need from P&W. We've got the 520 millimeter width Coast drop bar. We've got some red Coast bar tape. Whoa, cables. And we've got the gravel specific dropper. Roll back the hoods and undo the bar end caps. Then start undoing the bar tape. Cut any of the tape that's holding the cables to the bar. Now loosen and take off the shifters. Take off the bars and let's swap them. You can see how much bigger these new P&W ones are compared to the stock Specialized. Put the bars back on. Pop the shifters back on, snug those up. One decision you gotta make is where you want the lever. One option is in the drops here. Another option is on top of the bar here. I think it's better in the drops. Up here, it could get a little messy with a phone mount or Garmin or a handlebar bag. On my Specialized Diverge, I have one more opening into the frame that'll allow me to route another cable. If you don't have one of these, you'll have to go with the externally routed option. Cable's coming out of the down tube into this opening, and then we're just feeding it right back up. All right, and there we got it. Drop the little nut all the way down to the end and insert it into the bottom of the dropper post. Next, put the housing end on and run the cable all the way through. Now I'm snugging up the lever and running an empty cable housing around the bars just to check the fit. I'm gonna tape up the cables to the bars just to get it a little more clean. For the next step, we're gonna cut the cables. But to do that, we need to make sure the dropper is actually in the bike. This way the length of the cable is actually accurate. Line up both cables in front of the stem with the adjuster knob. You can eyeball it and mark it with tape. So once you're done taking the measurement, pull the dropper out, pull the cable out, and then make the cut. Once those are both trims, we're gonna officially put the dropper in. Always good to put a little bit of grease in that before. All right, you're gonna put another housing end onto the lower housing, and then you're gonna run the little adjuster knob onto that section of cable, and then feed the rest of the cable up through all the way to the lever and pull it out from there. Now you're gonna take that second nut, open it up so you can see through it, make sure that hole's open. Hold it there, and then you're gonna try to run the cable right through that, and then snug it up so the cable is now tight. Check the actuation, make sure everything's working properly, and then go ahead and trim the cable, put the little ferrule on the end, and clamp it so it doesn't come off. We got our Coast bar tape. I chose a little bit of a loud color here, going with red, but why not since the rest of the bike is dark. To be honest, this is only my third time taping up drop bars, so I am far from a pro. It took me a few tries, especially with the left side with the lever, to get the right coverage and length so that nothing was showing when I put the hoods on. If you haven't wrapped bar tape before, the left side you're gonna start going counterclockwise, the right side you're gonna start going clockwise. Once you get to the end, trim it so it's a straight line and flush, and then use electrical tape or something similar to hold it down. pull the hoods back down, put the bar ends in, and I think we are good to go. Okay, that is the project for today. The bike is done. Excited to see how it's gonna ride. A little bit of an experiment for me. I learned a lot in the process. Don't really work on drop bar bikes much. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.